Ram, who is this? From Brazil, though. B4. B4, that is feisty. B4, I sort of feel like playing the black Mustang, but no, there's no need. Let's just play E5 here. Yeah, this is some interesting stuff. And here we take, they take here, and then we play knight F6. I remember this theory. The whole idea is we're giving up a central pawn, but the flip side is that his bishop is a bit misplaced. His queen side is never going to look fully compact with this the b pawn missing. And another thing is that it's just very hard for him to occupy the center now, right? Because, like, let's think about it. He wants to play e4 here because that agrees with his bishop. It doesn't block his bishop, but how is he going to be able to with his knight? This knight covering everything. All right, so he plays e3. Let's play d5. I'm just going to try to throw a pawn to d4 and get his bishop to come back out. Bishop e2. Let's play rook e8. This just looks very fun. If he plays knight c3, I can even play d4 here. All right, there. Let's play bishop a5. There. All right, we'll just keep moving back. Bishops are still good, putting a lot of pressure everywhere. This is the whole problem with his position here. Look at this. Like, yeah, whatever move he plays now is going to be a little bit inaccurate. Like there, he's just completely blocking his bishop. My bishop also might be pointed to stone at some point, but for the moment, my bishop has more prospects than his does. We'll play knight e4. I'm just going to go for an attack here. I'm ahead in development. It's my prerogative. All right, there. Well, here, can't we just play knight c3? Bishop c3 is also okay. Look at that. Bishop c3 takes... Dude, that is a very uncomfortable position. Bishop c3, what is he even going to do there, actually? Because queen c1, I take, he takes, and then I take here. Yeah, I think bishop c3 is winning on the spot. I got some really cool tricks coming up. One of the cool ideas is takes, takes. He plays queen e1. I can even take there. He takes, and then I take on d4. Dude is in a lot of trouble here. Okay, yeah, it's going to be time to go, guys. Get your blowhorns ready. It's time to go. All right, here we take, and then this. Come on. It's over. It's over. This is just too many pins to deal with. We got a pin here, a pin here. That's too many pins. Yeah, this is a very smooth game relative to the others. All right, nice. The best part about winning a black game is that the next thing is that it's probably going to be a bird. How many black games am I going to get? This is unbelievable. It's like 10 black games in a row. Okay, we'll play knight c6 here. I've been experimenting with this knight c6 stuff. If they play, well, there. Now we'll just play e5. Go for the black Mustang. Get your engines ready. This is the black. Okay, I really want to play g5. I really want to play g5, but no, he plays d4. He plays, okay, guys. If this video gets 100 likes, I will play g5 the next time I have this position. I promise you that. Hopefully I can get it in a blitz game. A blitz game would be easier to wing this in. But if this video gets 100 likes, I will drop g5 in this position next time. It's not a good move. It's definitely not a good move. We're gonna play f5 here. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I think, okay, well actually I do know what it is. I had a white monster energy drink just before recording this. And yeah, that's why my energy is abundant in this video. Okay, well here, why can't we just play e4? Am I missing something? What is this man doing? I'm just pushing his knight around. It's time to go.
Time to go!
He's doing that. Okay, I really want to play g5. Let's play d6. I'm going to play g5 soon enough. I got to get moving. Yeah, if he plays bishop g2 here, maybe, okay, actually I'm thinking about it. Maybe that was a mistake. I should have maybe played knight f6, and then if he takes on f5, then d5, and we just play for the initiative there. Then he takes, I'm not sure about that. f3? There. This is bizarre. His whole plan is that his knight is going to come back around to e3. This is going to get crazy, guys. Be very careful. Do not try this at home, guys. We're about to get really feisty with it. This is about to be pure mayhem. We're going to take and then play f4 here. This is my idea. His knight is dead here. If he wants to fix his knight, he's going to have to completely compromise his structure. He can get this pawn for free if he wants. I mean, okay, technically I have queen h4. But even without queen h4, I'm going to have tons of compensation. Look at this knight, guys. Have you ever seen a bigger bozo in the bounce house than this knight here on g2? There. All right, let's play bishop g7. Dude can take the pawn if he wants. It's fine. His structure is still ruined. There. Okay, let's play knight e5, attack this. I think I have fantastic compensation here. There's not a single good thing about his pawn structure at the moment. He takes, I take. If he can't take... No. That was a mouse slip. Oh, that was a mouse slip. Okay. I feel like resigning here, honestly. But you know what? We're not going to resign. We're going to keep playing. Bishop takes. Yeah, this would have been such a... If I could just... Why can't I just move properly? I don't understand it. I'm a Grandmaster. I shouldn't be making mouse slips. Very upsetting. Very frustrating. It's too frustrating, and it's time to go. There? All right, he's really trying to fly close to the sun with that one. There's no need for that. Play knight f6 here. I gotta throw the kitchen sink right at him. Hopefully we can get something here. This position still is tricky enough that he could lose this. 100%. Should I play rook g8 or castle here? Let's play rook g8. This is getting tricky. I am down a piece ultimately. If I wasn't down a piece, I would probably be completely winning. This bishop is superb here. This bishop is a beacon of light for the world. But at the same time, you know, we got to keep it going. We got to keep it moving. There. What is that about? All right, can we play bishop h3 here? I don't even know what this is. I just want to end the game. Your boy's been demoralized by this this mouse slip. If he plays knight f4, I think I'm resigning. If he doesn't play knight f4, we're keeping the game going. If he takes, actually, I should take with the queen. That's a very tricky position. That's extremely tricky. I should be, of course, I have to be losing there. I'm down 2 pieces, but it's, all right, I'm just going to resign here, guys. I'm sorry. It's just a mouse slip. I think I had a great position before, but good news is we get another bird. That's the best news yet. Okay, we don't get a bird. Hopefully I can get another white, though. Dude, no one wants to face the bird. People know what they're getting into. They see my name. They know this is bad. It's bad for business. All right, let's play e3 here. d5, we'll play bishop e5. This is classic stuff. Queen b6. Okay, so this was added to my course in one of the late rounds of updates. c4 is a very nice move. The idea is takes, we're going to play knight a3. Queen is a bit misplaced here, so we want to play knight a3, take c4 in a lot of positions, because his queen might be getting trapped after it takes on b5. Very weird positions ahead. Like takes, knight a3, he plays knight f6, and then I think we play knight e5 even. There. Here we could play knight c3. I remember this. Yeah, if he takes, we could play a4 and a5. We could also play knight e5. If he plays d4, knight a4, and I'm winning a pawn. That's one of the key ideas here. Just everything has to do with the fact that his queen is a bit misplaced here. Dude, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I'm literally counting down the minutes till I can go devour this filet mignon. I'm very hungry. There? All right, I think we just take. If we take and he plays a6, what do I have? I could play b4 there. B4 is a cheeky move. I could also even take on a6 there. This is bizarre. All right, yeah, let's take on c5. I definitely have enough. At the very least, I can play knight b3. Just get everything out of the way. He should try taking on e3 there? No, that can't be good, man. Come on. Come now, what's going on here? Okay, first of all, I could definitely take on a6 and rook takes a6, and then I take on d4. All right, there. All right, we'll take it. We'll definitely take that. Yeah, I had lots of wins there, though. Let's just look at the game review briefly. I am always trying to analyze these with the 90... Guys, look at that. That's a Birdmaster classic. Yeah, so here... Yeah, so this is what I was talking about, guys. In this position, if they take here, we play knight a3, and we could take on c4. If they play knight f6, we have knight e5. And how does it go? If they play a6 here, we have takes on c4, takes... Do we have a4 here? No, there's some position though where we're trapping their queen. I can't remember it. I guess here we just take and we take this way, and this is fantastic for white. Yeah, the computer is just slow to understand the positional intricacies, but trust me, this position is fantastic here. We've given them the chop. We have our knights on fantastic squares, and actually here this is even better because we've already traded off our c-pawn, so we're going to have a highway to attack these weak c-pawns from. We're just going to eventually place our bishop on b2 or a3. Both of those would be good, and then we're going to slide the rook over to c1. All right, so yeah, man instead plays knight f6, which is good, knight c3, and then I remember in my course I go over e6. Yeah, this is strange stuff. I don't remember what to do here. I think we play knight e5. Okay, yeah, I guess we play knight e5, and then we're going for the chop. These positions get very weird, though. From what I understand, d4 is a very good option here. Guys, just take a second, pause the video. Guess what the best move is here for white? Yeah, so as you know, you're playing the bird. You want your bonkers positions. Best move in this situation for white is b4. Completely wild stuff. Computers, and now computer's saying knight e5. Computer's always changing its mind. Guys, I have the Soviet supercomputer in the back of my house. It runs on its own generator. It tells me that b4 is the best move. I'm going to trust it. b4, attacking c5. And the whole idea here is that if they do something like this, we take, and we're just going to start steamrolling them. This is going to get very ugly. Okay, d4 is technically an inaccuracy, but you get the point. There's just way too much pressure here. Bishop a3, and they can take here. Guys, look at this activity, though. Really. So much activity. We're going to castle queenside, put our rook on e1. This is like a Paul Morphy game. If Paul Morphy played the bird. All right. And yeah, okay, and so then when knight a4 happened, so he plays d4, we play knight a4, queen a5. Yeah, just take on c5. He's supposed to play queen c7 here, but even then we take on c5, and the position's complicated, but a critical thing here is just that if we can fix this knight, if we can fix its looseness, we should be doing extremely well. So I think one of the things that is important here is that if they take, we would just play d4 to cement this knight. We can pick up this pawn later. All right. Yeah, got to keep it moving, got to keep it going. Playing Alex Sorio from Cuba. Hopefully he doesn't have the famous Cuban internet. All right, knight f3, play e3. All right, b3, this is classic stuff. I really do love the bird, though. Like, at this point, it's not just a sales pitch. I don't think it's been a sales pitch for literally like a year and a half. It was a sales pitch the first few months when I didn't realize how good it was going to be. But now it's literally like, even if I didn't have a course, I think I would be playing it all the time. It's just a lovely opening. It's so weird. You get so many weird positions. Let's play bishop e5 here. Could definitely play h3 just to confront this bishop, but there's no need just yet. Dude is in a lot of trouble here. Okay, we'll play h3. Nothing to be concerned about. Take with the queen. Okay. So this is interesting. On the one hand, yeah, on the one hand, he's ready to absorb this pressure. I think we could play d3 and g4, though. Yeah, that looks interesting. Let's play d3, knight d2. Oh. I forgot about that. Queen a5. Guys, we're in trouble. Okay, yeah, that was a close one. I should have taken on c6 first, because queen a5 would have been a real bummer. But okay, luckily he wasn't paying attention. That could have been a bad game. All right, here we castle queenside. Well, no, then he's going to play knight b4, and all of a sudden my bishop is trapped here. We should take now while we have the chance. Now this is an interesting position. I could castle either way here. I could definitely castle either way. He's going to play c4. No, he can't play c4 that soon. Let's castle queenside. If he plays c4, I could just take that way. He's still far from getting an actual attack here. I guess we'll castles. He plays queen a5. I play... That's tricky. I mean, even if he takes on a2 there, though, it's... Yeah, I want to get an interesting position, but maybe I'm just lying to myself about like how much potential that actually has. Yeah, castles queenside, I think he's going to play queen a5 too soon, and rook a6 and b5. Black has to be at least equal there. Okay, we'll castle queenside. Or kingside. We'll castle the other way. We're going the more reserved path today. Okay, b5. Interesting stuff. We don't have to worry about c4 yet. We play e4, they take, we take. We don't want to take with the pawn because then they're going to take this knight here. c4 is not really the end of the world because we can always play bishop d4 there. That's not a problem. And also after c4 takes, I can even take with the knight because I have this pin here. Yeah, but what are we going to do? I guess let's play rook e1. Yeah, how are we going to do this? Rook e1 or rook d1? Which is the way? Rook d1 prepares a much quicker e4, but I'm just not sure. Well, wait, actually, yeah. Can he play c4 here? Because takes. No, knight takes. I'm fine there. So no, I have to, what's going on in this position? I think I'm going to play rook d1 because the idea is I want to play c4 as soon as possible. If I can play c4, I freeze this pawn in place, and then his bishop is always a bit bad here. Very strange position, though. I can't play c4 before because I could have played c4 before. Why didn't I just play c4 before? What am I doing? c4, I was looking at this position, and I thought my knight was hanging here, but that doesn't matter. His rook is hanging. That's so silly of me. I should have just played c4 immediately. I'm just not playing good chess, guys. I don't know what it is. I try everything, but I just can't play a good game. I'm just joking. I know exactly what it is. What it is that I'm recording these videos after a long day of work. All right, let's play c4 here. Better late than never. If he takes, we take this way. If he takes, I still take this way. Rook, queen, bishop, all of these are pointed into this big old Snorlax here. Bro is completely log jammed at the moment. If he plays d4, we'll play e4. d4, actually, I could also take and then play e4, and then my knight gets a beautiful c4 square. Yeah, that would probably be a bit better. This is a very tough position for him. All right, what? What is he doing? Dude, what is this position? Okay, queen f. That's actually a good move. I shouldn't be saying that. It makes a lot of sense. Let's play e4, though. I want to go gung-ho. I want to go for all the glory. e4, if he takes on a2, we'll take, and then we'll play e5 and just start playing for an attack. So look at that. If I play e4, he takes on a2, we take on f6, he takes, I play e5, and then I'm going to crash through on d5. That has to be good. Yeah, very interesting position here. He could also play d4 immediately, but then that always concedes the light scores, and I have e5 hitting these two. Very weird stuff coming up. If he takes, I could take this way, and I have e5 coming. Very dangerous position, though. Look at that. Takes. Look at that. My queen is revealed, so I can finally play bishop c3 for positional harmony. Yeah, that's interesting. Look at that. Takes, rook d6. I play bishop c3, provoke b4, and then bishop e5. Very good stuff coming. He can't take on a2 in those lines, I think, because of rook a1 and rook c1. Or just e5. This knight is protected there. He took. All right, it's time to go. We got to take. It's time to go on e5. Look at this. Beautiful position here. Probably the end of the game, honestly. There's just no way he's going to have enough compensation because we're going to get two pawns. We already got one pawn to e5. I'm going to get another pawn to f5 next. I'm actually wondering, is f5 first better? Because look at that. Takes, we take this way. That also looks very good. That also looks extremely good, but maybe he has bishop g5 there. Yeah, I would rather do it this way because here in this position, we're going to get the knight, the e4 square, and that's just going to dramatically improve the power of this knight here. Yeah, strategically speaking, he should be completely lost now. His queen is misplaced. I guess technically my queen side is a little weak, but when I have pawns coming to f5 and e5 with a knight on e4, the game is over. It's time to go. Rook c7? Okay, yeah, let's get the, I guess he wants to play rook d8. Yeah, look at that. Knight e4, rook d8, he traps my queen. This crafty guy. These guys are so crafty out here. All right, should we just play f5? He plays rook d8, we play queen f3. Yeah, nothing the matter there. Let's go for that. He can do whatever he wants. I'll be busy mounting a winning kingside attack. Okay, we'll play queen f3 here. He plays rook d7, I play f6. He cannot take on d3 because of f takes. Look at that, rook d7, f6, bishop f8. I think I could just play e6 there, takes f7. There should be some win there. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but just when you have... I talked about this in a previous video. When you have 4-on-3 on the king side like this and also some active pieces, it's going to be very easy to break through once your pawns get this far up. Yeah, dude is in a lot of trouble here. He could try c4, but I'm just going to play knight e4. A really critical part of why my attack is so potent here is that his queen's just out of the game. Has nowhere to go, nothing to do. Right there. But notice that actually that doesn't do much for his position here. Let's play e6. I don't want to move this knight. If I move the knight, then I'm letting the queen get back into the game. Just going to play e6 first, see what he does. If he plays f6, then he is keeping things close, but then I get these fantastic pawns on e6 and f5. So yeah, this is very complicated for him. c4. He's trying to clear things out, but it's just taking too long here. Can't I just take? Yeah, let's just take this way. If he throws... Oh, he could take here. I completely missed that. All right. Yeah, I completely missed that. That's my bad, guys. What can I say, guys? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with me. I'm very tired. I'm very exhausted. I could make up all the excuses in the world. I'm not sure what I could tell you. I am just very tired. But okay, we'll play rook e1 here. I should probably be losing. That was a very silly move on my part. Should not have played d takes c4. We actually still do have compensation, though. I have two fantastic pawns here. f6 is definitely still a very big threat at the moment. Yeah, if it was my turn here, I think I would be winning after f6, because there, if he takes, I take this way. The reason I didn't want to play f6 immediately was that he was going to take here, and then one of my rooks has to get disconnected. That's a terrible move. That is not realizing the problems that are facing him. I think he's going to have to sacrifice here, because if he takes, I take this way, and the idea is there is that if he takes with the bishop, I have check, and I'm mating. Dude is in a lot of trouble here. Like, if he plays c3, I take. And then bishop takes, I even have e7. I also have e takes. E takes is much better, actually. Dude is completely losing here. Dude is completely paralyzed in this position. It's literally time to go. I'm so hungry. It's definitely time to go to the steakhouse. We got to get going. It's insane that my position was so good I could literally blunder a piece and still have good chances. This is the nature of the attack. So let's see. If he takes, I take here. He plays bishop c5. I play king h1. I'm threatening queen f8 there. He could take on... No, if he takes on g7, I play queen a8. I guess there he has to play rook d8. Yeah, he could technically still hold on. Takes, check, king h1. He plays rook d8. At the very least, I have rook takes e6, and there's still lots of threats there. I could also... Actually, it would make the most sense there to try to strike on the light squares. So what could we do there? Queen h5 hitting the bishop would make sense. Yeah, very, very bizarre position here. Very, very bizarre stuff at the moment. Rook takes e6 is also possible, but after rook takes g7, I'm not sure what I have. Oh, there I have queen d5. There I have queen d. Please let that happen. Please let that. That is the most beautiful position ever. I'm sacrificing my queen. I'm hitting his rook. If he takes, I have mate with rook e8. Okay, it's happening, guys. It's happening. This is what the buildup was for. All right, he's going to throw in the check. I'm going to play king h1, and then he's going to play rook d8. This is happening, and then I take on e6, he takes on g7, and I play queen d5. There? Well, this is just over. What is he doing? Definitely time to go. I could just pre-move this. All right. Really ridiculous. I blundered a full piece, and I still won. Yeah, the graph is going to be really funny. The graph is going to be extremely funny. It's going to be like there are going to be two peaks in the position. What? What is going on? I'm only equal here? Are you kidding me? I have no idea what chess.com is talking about. This position should be winning. Maybe there's something specific that he could do in this position, but for the most part, like when you get pawns like this in this, the game is going to be over very soon. All right, anyway, let's start it from the beginning though. So yeah, a lot of mistakes in this game. Let's see what my rating was. Ooh. Don't let FIDE see this game. FIDE might take away my GM title for this game. All right, yeah, so first of all, d3, big mistake. Beware of this, guys. He could throw in a check here, and after knight c3, d4, I'm just losing a piece. Completely lost here. I should have taken on c6 first. So here I was looking at g4. I thought g4 was interesting, but I didn't know. Okay, well, here g5. Like g4, maybe he could try knight e4, and he's going to get his queen in. Very bananas position here. I play h4. Yeah, this is wild. Look at that. So on the one hand, it's hard for me to castle queenside because he might pawn storm me here, but it's very hard for him to castle because my bishop is attacking this. Yeah, this would have been better. All right. So bishop e7, knight d2. This happens. I take. Yeah, because if I don't take at some point, if I don't take now, he could even play knight b4, attack c2, and then he's going to just trap my bishop with a6 and b5. So I take, he takes, I castle here, rook d1. So rook d1 was not the best. I felt that c4 had to be correct. c4 is good. a4 is best. Interesting. Yeah, a4. Look at that. b4, and then he can't play c4. c4 is what his position is all about here. Apparently he can play a6 and just keep the tension, but then I am at least controlling the levers in the position. I can always take and play rook a7 to drill the rook in. In general, I always like to play these positions for a kingside attack, so I rarely go for this, but you could play the position this way. And honestly, like if I were to be playing objectively the best moves, I should play this a bit more often because I just don't like the strategy, but you could definitely do it of playing rook a7 and then just doubling on the a file and playing to more put pressure on these pawns here from behind, trying to get your rooks in eventually over here. All right, so here, queen b6, this, queen a5, e4, takes. This is a mistake. Maybe bishop c3 is best here. Bishop c3 threatens to trap the queen. No, he gets his queen out in time. He plays queen a6. Okay, that doesn't work. Apparently this is best. It's a bit confusing to me. No, sorry, this. Computer likes this. Ah, and then we play bishop c3 here. Okay, this actually makes perfect sense. The whole idea, guys, is that when we take this pawn, as ugly as our pawns look, we're keeping his queen out of a6. And now his queen is actually going to get trapped. If he takes here, we do this, and we trap his queen. So because of that, he has to make a positionally extremely uncomfortable move. He has to play d4. Actually, wait, we're still trapping his queen, though. But, like, suffice to say, even trapping his queen or not, when he plays d4, he's giving our knight the c4 square, which is a lovely concession to see him make. Once he plays d4 positionally, we can never be worse. Often, we're much better because we get control of this light square. So here, rook a1, queen c2, rook c1. Looks like his queen is trapped here. Apparently, he has full compensation now. Bizarre. But yeah, no, if we just play bishop a5 here, our knight will eventually get to c4. We are doing very well here. I think we're actually still trapping the queen in a lot of these positions with rook c1. All right, so I take, I make a mistake. In a lot of these positions, though, guys, most of the time you are going to be able to play e5 and f5, and that's going to be the strategically correct thing to do. Takes, okay, was f5 better? That's interesting. Look at this. Takes, takes. I was thinking about this position, but I just didn't think it was that good. Rook g6, and I didn't like the fact that my knight was not getting e4. d4, what is d4 about? What is d4 about? Okay, I guess d4 is just to make sure that he can't pressure our pawn, because we need to keep these pawns together. This d pawn doesn't really matter. Bizarre position, but okay, anyway. So I take, rook c7, f5, rook d8. Yeah, this all looks fine. I thought I was just winning here. Bishop f8 is a mistake. I mean, I just saw these pawns here. This looks too good to be true. He plays f6, e6, and then what? What is the plan here? Apparently we don't have a way forward. That's crazy. I guess this knight just isn't good enough. Yeah, look at that. It's just going to take too long. If I would like to, if I could get my knight to d5 or somewhere to dislodge this bishop, I would probably have a winning position with this pawn here, but it's just too far away, and if I play knight e4, he just takes on b3, and I'm not even going to be able to get the knight there. Crazy stuff. I would never have assumed that I was worse here. Yeah, d takes, big mistake. I should just be doing something else, probably something like f6 or knight e4. Yeah, knight e4 actually looks perfect. Look at that. Takes, we play f6. This just has to be the end of the game. Way too many threats here. Did it like something else? Was something else better? Yeah, f6, this is just a theoretical thing that you guys should remember. When you have 4 pawns against 3 here, normally the best way to... What is the way? Normally the best way to finish the attack is to get something like this, because when you have your pawns threatening this many things, like here we're threatening this, we're also threatening this. It's just way too much for his few pieces to defend against all simultaneously, right? They'll be able to defend against 1, maybe 2 of the threats, but they're not going to be able to defend against all 3 of the threats. All right, so yeah, let's get back to the final position though. I wanted to show you guys this. So rook e1, apparently I'm losing here. I should have taken on d2, but I think that this was actually a good move, practically speaking. He just didn't sense the danger, and he wasted a move on b takes. I play f6. He took, I took. Oh, wow, he just sacks the rook back. Wow, he sacks the rook back. Look at this, guys. Oh, and then rook takes g7. I completely missed that. I was looking at positions like this, and I assume that, yeah, these should be fine for me. Because I'll take here, my rooks are active, maybe he has an extra pawn, but there's no way I'm going to be worse here. No, he just takes on g7. Yeah, I completely missed that. All right, well, it's good he didn't see that. Anyway, a crazy line I was looking at. Let's get to the line that I want to talk about, not the line that was objectively best. Check here, look at this. Rook d8, queen f6. Queen f6 actually makes a lot of sense, hitting the d8 and this, but I was looking at this. Takes, he takes, and then we play queen d5 here. We're hitting this, and if he takes here, we have mate. But okay, even here, technically, he has queen takes g2, and it's still a draw, so...
Time to go!